Hello, we're here. We did a thing. We're going to do more of a thing. Thank you everybody for coming in. We're waiting for chat to catch up. You guys can hear us. We're good. We're loud. We're annoying. Hey, look, it's a bunch of guys doing a thing. Yeah, I guess we're good. Okay. Shout out to, hey, we got Briquet here. We got Cheshire Cat, Sir Snarf, PPX. Who else is in here already? We got Mr. Siege. I'm here with Steve, Mad.
Hey, how's it going?
Steve's the game director. I'm AJ, the executive producer. How's it going? Thomas Way, Callahan, Liam the Giraffe, Baby Jamie, Cheap Shot. Thank you everyone for coming in. So we're going to talk about 1.0 today. 1.0 comes out very soon.
Yes.
You're supposed to say Monday.
Monday.
Yeah, that's the date. Monday. So Monday, we will be releasing 1.0 into the world, and a whole bunch of people will be coming into Wayfinder, playing it for the first time, maybe coming back if you played it in beta or played anytime during early access. But we're really, really excited, and we obviously couldn't have gotten here without everyone here in the chat and everyone that's played. Thank you so much for all the positive reception that we've gotten so far. You guys can hear us, right? Yeah, I assume they are. No one's like, we can't hear you, but for some reason that says it's muted, but okay, we'll go from that. The bottom one says it's muted. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, I lost my train of thought. So yeah, so thank you very much for everyone that's come in and has played the game. If you've taken a look at our Steam page, we've gone from like, what, 55 to what were we this morning?
What?
Our reviews.
Oh, we're at 89.
89-ish.
Yeah.
So we couldn't have done that without you guys. Thank you for sticking with us through thick and thin. So we'll go through a little bit of housekeeping first, and then we're going to talk about something new, maybe something we've teased for a long time that people have been excited about that we're finally able to talk about. So first off, people have asked, when can I get 1.0? When will it be available? That will be available at 11 a.m. for if you currently have the game. It'll be updating on Steam. It'll be updating on PlayStation Store. So 11 a.m. Central Time is when we'll be doing that. We'll then have a big push. You'll get email marketing and all that other great stuff, Steam support, some PlayStation support around noon. But if you currently own the game or you buy the game before then, you'll have the 1.0 update around 11 o'clock. Second order of business, people always ask us about Xbox. Xbox is something we're continue to work towards. It will not be ready for launch, but the good news is that it will come shortly afterwards. So we are currently aiming to have that out before the end of October. I'm not going to give a specific date just yet. It runs, it works, it's great. It runs just as well as the PlayStation, has all the optimizations that we've made so far. We just need a little bit more time, and when it came down to the wire, we had to focus on the PlayStation version and the PC version since it was already out. So as soon as we have a finalized date for that, we'll let you know, but it should not be that far behind. Yeah?
Yeah.
Anything to add there? Have you played on Xbox?
I've been on my PC.
Your PC? I mainly played on my Steam Deck and a little bit on my PS5. Yeah. Yeah, so 1.0 has a lot coming with it. Real quick overview, we recently revealed the Crucible, which is a brand new open world area. Anything you want to say about the Crucible? Why I changed my mic battery that died right before it started?
Yeah, the Crucible, if you're, it's a big overland area. It's got a bunch of side quests, puzzles, secrets to find. We brought patrols from Frostmarch, which we introduced in Frostmarch. You'll be able to do in the Crucible. Brand new Lost Zone there. So there's, a lot to do. Big zone. Mounts will be very useful because it's a big open zone. New traversal mode.
Two Lost Zones.
Yes. Yeah.
I think you said one, right?
Yeah. One biome.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, with multiple Lost Zones.
I never remember the name. Aegis Vault, and what's the second one? Cam?
Gorge 2.
Nothing's named Gorge 2.
Sorry.
Shattered Foundry.
Dev names.
Cam off and the camera yelled it out, so thank you so much. And then we have a lot of other stuff coming as well. We updated the tutorial to make it a little bit more exciting and engaging for brand new players. There's tons of bug fixes, a bunch of weapon changes in terms of just like power and how they work. Small little changes like, I think I posted yesterday, Grendel's Leap can now be comboed. A ton of performance optimizations for all machines, especially Steam Deck and lower end machines, especially in Highlands and Frostmarch. The team did awesome work there, so shout out to them for making it run buttery smooth. And we also have another patch coming shortly after launch, which will actually improve that even more. Something that we were working on, we just weren't able to get in for the very short time we had before launch. But it still runs great, but we figure we can squeeze out just a little bit more performance. And then there's one more thing in 1.0.
There's a bunch of things. I don't know,
we just named a bunch, but there's one more big thing.
Oh, yeah, a new character.
A new character. All right, so we've teased this character for quite a while. I could tell you all about this character, but I figured that she should tell you in her own words. So take it away.
I remember. I'm Laura. I can't remember my parents or where I'm from. I only remember running. There's something trapped inside me. Something ancient and powerful. I don't know how it got there, but it's hungry. It's always hungry. And if I let it out, people get hurt. The gloom is swallowing the world. These people need me. I don't know if I can control this power, but I need to try.
Oh, we're right into gameplay.
right.
Wow.
Yeah.
We were going to go back to our talking heads, but Cam wants to show her off. So Laura is our 8th Wayfinder. We're super, super excited. She's been, I don't know, she's existed in some form or the other for a long period of time. So it's pretty bittersweet for everyone here to finally see her in game and finally get to play her and use her. Steve, tell us a little bit about Laura.
Yeah, so she is badass and awesome and a lot of fun. I've been having a lot of fun with her. I just recently played my live save through all of the new content with her, and she is awesome. She is she's got a, do you want to open up her skill page or her abilities?
First off, she's an Arcanist.
Yes, she is an Arcanist, so she'll be have the same talent tree access as Kairos and Nis. Works great with ability power. You can look at her passive first. So her big mechanic is that she's got this inner beast, a spirit monster essentially, that she's fighting to control, and as she's fighting, she'll basically build up a meter, and her abilities will do one thing when she's not channeled, and when the meter fills, it basically transforms all her abilities to do a channeled version. Very similar to like JoJo's. You'll see like the spirit manifests as she's doing things.
Yep.
And then her ultimate will let her basically turn into the beast, and you fight as the beast for a set period of time.
Yep. So pretty much, just to reiterate, all of her abilities minus the ult have an alternate version of them once it's charged up. So let's take a look at them real quick. So Clobber is the very first.
Yeah. So this one will basically shoot a piercing projectile of energy. Great for hitting a bunch of stuff in a line. And then when you're channeled, you'll see the big beast fist punching stuff. It knocks stuff back, does massive impact. So even if they have armor, they'll get staggered still. Similar to like fully charging Senja's pummel. And it just packs a punch. And you have multiple charges as well, so you can chain those together.
She feels good to play.
And also when you enter channeled form, it automatically recharges a charge of Clobber too. So
next up we have Possession.
Yeah, so Possession, this is an ability that basically makes her, you have Windgrave on one end as like super tanky. Like she is basically like the damage shield equivalent of Windgrave. So she doesn't heal, but she can get tons of damage shield, especially if you spec her into ability power and magic defense because of how some of the talents work. And so this will basically apply a damage shield to herself, and the channeled version will apply it to your whole team, and it will pull enemies in and do a big...
Sucks them, vacuums in.
Vacuums them in and does a big ground slam, which you can see there. And it also applies a short, basically thorns on you, so as stuff hits you while you have a damage shield, it'll hit them back. So extra good against lots of enemies, or if you get a dot on you, or like enemies with like very fast attacks, you'll basically be doing a lot of damage back to them. Which is why I like to build her with like the magic defense. I basically do like a ability power magic defense build, and go with the Arcanist tree, the bottom one, where you have the basically can get damage shields from picking up your Arcanist orbs, and basically your magic defense gives you more damage shield, which she works really well with.
Yeah, all of her skills, I'd say, pretty much are like really well. She shines, I should say, in like a situation where there's tons of characters or tons of enemies that you're fighting, with both the damage reduction, sucking them in, hitting multiple characters. And so someone else asked, just to clarify, yes. So essentially, she has 2 of each ability. They essentially augment one another, but they're essentially the same.
Yeah.
And then the last one is Seismic Launch.
Yeah, so Seismic Launch, unchanneled, she'll basically dash through enemies. Similar to Nis, very quick, keeps her mobile. You can use it like when an attack's coming in to get behind them, so it's really good for positioning. And then the channeled form is really cool. You basically become like a bowling ball and send guys flying. You can charge the channeled form, which will let you go further, which is super satisfying to knock guys around. And then, yeah, the mix of knocking them away, pulling them in, you're basically knocking enemies around.
She'll be in a lot of parties, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
She can do a lot of things. She's incredibly strong and incredibly versatile, as I mentioned.
Yeah.
And then the ultimate. This is the one. So people are like, oh, she's a summoner, she's going to be a monk. You're kind of right, kind of not. So Unleash. As you mentioned, she's fighting this beast that's inside of her, and your ultimate allows you to transform into that beast itself.
Yeah, so when you're in the transformed form, you will regenerate health slowly. You reduce damage a ton, so it's a pretty good survival tool while you're because you're in that form for a while. And you just pummel stuff. You have a new melee combo essentially. You have like a jump attack, and you can just clobber stuff to death, and it's very fun. Yeah.
She's strong.
Yes, she is.
All right, let's see her in action. We'll take some questions from chat as we go along, but Cam will just probably jump into something. What are we going to do, Cam? What do you think?
You want to?
Mythic Hunt, or we could just go to Crucible, or we could just go to Crucible, or
Yeah, let's try the.
Crucible. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, that's a lot of enemies.
Showing off a bear. There was someone asked about the Critical Role pack. We will actually show that off at towards the end of the stream. We'll show you some of the personas, some of the items, and yes, Laura. Now that we can say Laura, I almost said the other character because we haven't been able to say her forever. Laura is the 4th skin for the Critical Role, so she looks awesome, as does everybody else. Our art team knocked it out of the park, so we'll give you a preview of that just a little bit.
Yeah. So the bear is a new type of mount.
Yep.
So there'll be a few bears to unlock while you're playing also. We got some spoilers in some of the hunts there.
Unbelievable, Cam. Unbelievable. Question: Joe versus Steve. Who would win? Who would win?
You always play as a team.
Wow. No, we're spoiling the best part of this update, and that's these loading screens are incredible.
Yes. So.
Oh, you forgot to turn off the screen messages, by the way. Not this, whatever.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of you unlock those loading screens. It's actually when you beat the game again. If you've played before, when you beat the gorge, there's credits. And,
Here we go.
If you watch Dragon Prince, like very inspired by the credits in Dragon Prince were amazing. If you watched it and you didn't turn off skipping credits, make sure you go back. They're awesome. So there's a lot of just a lot of cool art there.
I love the Dragon Prince. Yeah, I think what's cool about it is it's almost like a slice of life for the characters because they're not just out there fighting. There's like Wingrave and a tavern, drinking with a friend, and it's really, really cool. Okay, so tell us a little about the Crucible.
Yeah, so it's a big open area. You can see a new enemy type here with the Eldrin. So there's a basic quest to get you to obviously, but we'll get to see some of that.
Cam, the game's really loud. Can you turn it down a tad? I have to tell Cam because he can't see chat. We're doing this the jank way.
Yeah, you can open up the world, the map if you want to see the.
All right, hold on. Let's see. Does the game sound better?
Oh, you're in an actual lost zone. So. Yeah, so this is one of the lost zones. So you can see the hook shot there. So another form of traversal. You'll be using it also in some hunts as well.
It's still really loud? Too loud. Turn it down to like 5. Very loud, very loud.
All right, how is
We're
that?
getting there, boys. Hold on. Hello? Hello? There we go. Much better, much better. Level 33 mobs. Good balance. That's good. That's good. Let's
Yeah,
take it from the
so-
top. The Crucible, brand new area. Very exciting. Very cool. Steve, tell us about the Crucible and the Eldrin.
Yeah, so this will be the new zone. There'll be a quest to bring you here to the new lost zone. You'll be fighting Eldrin as a new enemy type. And someone mentioned they're level 33. So yeah, the Crucible was designed so that if you play straight from, when you start fresh in 1.0, you basically go after you fight the Gloom Titan. You can go straight into the Crucible, and it's higher level, and so you'll be getting higher level accessories and everything here. But you don't need to like stop and do mythics in order to continue the story. So you can play the story straight through.
Yeah, we heard a little bit of that feedback from people that maybe have played in early access. This was always designed as essentially that end zone that you get to from the story. So there was a little bit of that gap between the last area that we released, Frostmarch, and as well as this. So this kind of fills in that gap and makes it a little bit more end game ready, I guess, for you to finish up the story, and then it allowed you to do some mythic hunts and other activities.
Yeah, so doing this will actually help prepare you for mythics better because there won't be as big a gap between this. It basically goes to 34, 35-ish. It's like 32 to 35, which will prep you for mythics. And then we still have those level 38 mythics, and then the gorge hunts will have mythics that are level 40. So those will be the hardest thing. And those have some really cool drops, which maybe we'll tease one of them later. So yeah, the Cam's here
There you
to
go.
off. Here's the ultimate.
The big boy.
Can do a jump slam is cool. And it lasts quite a bit, so she's
So we just saw hook shot.
yeah, so hook shot there, so new traversal mode. You'll be utilizing that in some of the hunts as well. I won't give away how, let people solve that for themselves.
Yep.
But,
So we use it across the Crucible in terms of just traversal, getting to new areas, secret areas, and then, like Steve said, there's a couple hunts that use it as mechanic, which is super cool.
Some new golem type enemies, sentinels.
There's a lot in here. I will say my favorite thing about the Crucible is the mushroom quest.
Mushrooms?
The mushrooms. I won't spoil it for people. Just when you do get to play this and you go to one of the lost zones, if you find the mushroom quest or event, is it technically an event?
It's an event.
Yeah. When you find that, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I think it looks beautiful. It's very cool, but it's very also very Wayfinder.
Yeah, a couple of natural hazards. There's basically mushroom that kind of hallucinate a bit. It's very cool looking.
Very cool.
And there's some hidden things to find with that. And then there's also some mushrooms that will basically splatter out and blot your screen, so it's hard to see. So you got to watch out for those while you're going around. Just as some more traps introduced.
Oh, the trickster. Do it.
Do it.
Do it, and then let's jump into one of the new hunts. By the way, I had to cut the awesome trickster scene that we all filmed from the trailer, so we'll use it somewhere. But it was very, very funny. It was the typical trickster experience if you played Wayfinder. Let's put it that way. Yes. Wayfinders on Shrooms Game of the Year. Kind of like that. You should just do the event. It's
got
pretty
it.
great. He got it. Ooh, and okay.
Alright, so you want to hunt now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's jump into one.
Can do
Oh
the,
my god, we're still spoiling this awesome art.
Can do the rat.
Will we be hearing about or seeing the new weapons? Sure, Cam could put on one of the new weapons.
Yes.
I'm using one.
Were you? Oh, yeah. Okay, I don't think of it as a new weapon because it's Laura's weapon, but
Yeah, this one is new, actually.
throw something else on that's brand new.
Okay,
What do we want to see? Let's show them off.
There's a couple.
Cam, you work on weapons. Tell us about these new weapons.
Okay, so here is one of the new rifles. It's a burst rifle. It's called Last Stitch. It has a pretty sweet ability. We'll go into hunt. Actually, I don't know if I want to expose myself for having bad aim. So, let's see. What else we got in here?
Is that why you're ranked to Dirt and Deadlock? I'm just curious.
Okay.
I didn't know.
Another really cool one, actually, this is my favorite weapon of the patch, is Hush. It's a new set of daggers.
People have been asking for these set of daggers forever because they were in like concept art forever ago, and I think someone put them on ArtStation. They're finally coming.
Why don't you change your style? and
Should
go
I?
into the hunt? Yeah.
What if should I just put some actual good armor on?
Your
Styles aren't changing.
Yeah, it's because I have them all defaulted. Let's see.
We added 4 brand new sets for every character. That'll be inside of 1.0, so you'll have to collect 4 new sets for all the characters. That includes Laura will also have is it 12 total? We just did this math, I don't even remember.
Yeah.
So Laura will have the same amount as well. What is Wayfinder's name? Yeah, her name is just Laura.
Yeah.
You can see some of the personas for her.
Personas.
Yeah, this one's sweet. They all are, honestly.
What's that one in the middle, Cam?
It's weird.
Very
this
weird.
one?
Very strange. I don't know what that could be.
Critical Role.
Let's see.
Yep, so this is Keyleth from the
awesome.
Critical Role skin. Or, I'm sorry, Critical Role supporter pack. She looks awesome.
This one?
What is that?
This one's pretty cool, I guess.
What about Trinket? Let's show Trinket while we're here.
So yeah, one of the things that you can unlock with the level 40 Mythic Gorge hunts is
Not be
creature
on here.
sonas, essentially. So each character is going to have one, and they can you can play as one of the enemies and run around as some cool. Yeah. We've got a lot of cool stuff in the coming soon. So right now there's one for each. There's some really cool ones coming that I'm very excited about.
Very eager to play Wayfinder again. I haven't touched the game in a while. New character looks very cool. Thank you. There's a lot to play in 1.0.
Shout out to Hannah for making this amazing skin. This is like my favorite skin in the game by far.
Yeah.
It looks amazing.
It looks great.
Were you riding Trinket also?
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, who do you want to see?
You do the rat. It's the first one.
The rat's in the trailer. Let's show something that's not in the trailer. What do you want to? Or we can show the rat. That's fine.
The Howl Lord?
You guys tell me. You pick.
You pick.
If I pick, I want to
do the Howl Lord. Do the
Okay.
Howl Lord.
Let's see.
Also in the trailer. Unbelievable, guys.
Yeah, but
That's fine. Yeah.
different scene.
Yeah, it's true.
You get to show off the hook shot also.
No spoilers. Okay, stream's over. Actually,
That might be my favorite art. The Grendel just chilling in a hot bath. Reminds me of Ghost of Tsushima. No spoilers. Too late. This whole stream is spoilers, guys. Just turn it off if you don't want to see it.
So I won't give you any context of who this is. You can learn about him on your own, but you'll get to see the hook shot in action here.
So what level are these hunts?
33. I think at a base, and they'll scale to 34, I think.
Okay. Will we have to unlock Laura just like everyone else? Yes.
Yes, so Laura is unlocked pretty early from the Trial of Lingering Light. So if you've already passed it, just go do that hunt real quick and you'll get her guaranteed. So she's very easy to get.
Yep.
Better get off that platform.
So yeah, if you're brand new playing the game,
Use the hook shot, Cam. It's there for a
yeah, there's a
reason.
mechanic for a reason. If you're new to the game, you're like, oh man, Laura looks awesome. You can grab her pretty quickly. Like Steve just mentioned, it's not far into the game. But you just follow the main story quests and you'll get her as a guaranteed drop.
Yeah, with this hunt, you'll basically be fighting on different platforms, and he'll make some of the platforms. If you stand on it, you'll basically die. So there's a lot of hard wipes in this fight, but you can use the hook shot to get around and avoid a lot of that.
I saw a little bit of hitching too. This is obviously a development build, just a little bit of a disclaimer there, as you can see at the top left. So you'll get a little bit of that, 'cause it's loading a bunch of stuff that you won't get when you actually play 1.0. I promise, it's very smooth.
Also, Cam didn't equip echoes in his daggers, so
Did he not?
no. He swapped.
What are some of the changes we made? Some of the
off the
echoes and some of the
platform.
weapons?
A lot of buffs. Yeah, so and the new weapons also went through some iteration, make sure that they feel good. So all of the new weapons should be pretty awesome.
Can her ult be knocked down? No.
No.
I mean, you're just transformed into her for how long is it?
It's like 10 seconds. It can die. So if you're getting hit hard enough, you can die in her ult form, but it's not likely because of the damage reduction.
Someone asked about Xbox release. You might have missed the beginning of the stream. Not going to be ready for October 21st, but our goal is to get out before the end of October. So we're working on it. It's in a good state. As soon as we have an actual date, we'll share it with everyone.
This is basically a DPS check. You're erasing the clock. He's doing basically if he gets this move off, he'll wipe you. There's no Windgrave bubble won't save you. You're dead.
Yeah.
So
Will FSR be updated to FSR 3.1 since you're releasing DLSS 3? It will not. The reason being is that FSR 3 is specifically designed for UE5. Our version is UE 4.27, so it's just like not as easy as a switch. If it was just an update, we would have done it. We tried. So maybe something we can do in the future if we have an update to the game, but won't be at 1.0. But we will have DLSS 3, which is awesome.
cutting it close.
It's not frame gen, it's just upscaling, but it works really, really well. He's got this. Maybe.
Middle. Left side.
Did we play
Leave
test this
inside,
before, bro?
Left side.
He's released.
No, yeah. You should let him wipe you now, so you don't show the entire fight.
Just jump off the side.
Or you
Reset,
can-
reset,
yeah, you
reset.
can- Yeah, go jump into the middle.
Reset, reset.
Into his breath. Yeah.
Laura's not OP or anything. He's been staying there trying to die.
Okay, well, I was
It's not
prepped to
happening.
live there, so I had a huge shield. Yeah, no.
What are you playing this on?
That's a
learned.
good question, actually.
Nightmare? Oh, that doesn't
Let's say
exist. Sorry.
it's
What are we
heroic.
talking about?
My bad.
Just double check, it's normal.
Normal. Sheesh.
So all you gamers out there, you know?
All you gamers.
Cool. Do you want to see another hunt, or what are you guys thinking?
We definitely wanted to show off the Critical Role stuff, so we can show off
Yeah.
some of the other characters and some of the other personas, and then we can roll that video and we'll take some questions. We're about a half hour in. We said we'd do about 45 minutes or so we'll answer some questions, talk about maybe what's next.
Yeah.
There's a lot to experience in 1.0 from like the story perspective and the era perspective. We purposely didn't want to dive into it because we know people want to experience it, but Laura was obviously the most important thing because she's new, she's cool, and people were super excited for her. So Grendel, let's see. Grog.
Grog. Also, Grendel happens to sound kind of like
Yes.
Grog when he's talking in combat, which is a lot of fun, but not on purpose or anything.
Yeah, shout out to Critical Role for being great partners to work with. It was super easy to work with them and collaborate. Some people asked us, like, how does it fit into the world? And, like, will you do future supporter packs? We said from the start that supporter packs were something that we really felt needed to be unique. We were really keen to stick to the messaging of, like, one price, no microtransactions for the game. So there's, like, no ads for it inside the game. There's not, like, a pop-up. Like, it's completely separate. You would never know it existed. But it directly supports us, and it directly supports Critical Role, two independent publishers making awesome stuff. So in the future, we'd love to do more supporter packs, but it would be along the same vein. So maybe it'll be some IP that you're familiar with that maybe we've worked on in the past, but it wouldn't be like just an Eldrin set or anything like that. We want to keep it separate from the game.
Yeah.
There's Nis, looking awesome. Who is Laura's voice actor? I completely forgot. It was on the original list, and when we like did the voice actor announcements, and then it almost went out the door, and I was like, crap, and we deleted it because she wasn't announced yet. Somebody will tell me, and I'm sure they'll send me a message over Slack who it is. Let me some backs. Yep. Oh, is that it? Nope, that's not it. These personas are great. So besides the personas, we also have housing items
Do you want to go into the apartment?
and sprays, which are super cool.
This is a live look into Steve's apartment.
Oh yeah, I did.
This is your save?
This is my live save.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. Hey, grab those things for me. My keys and stuff.
Steve, this is really bad. Like,
Hey, you know
It's
how many
okay, we
times
can
I've
improve
had
it.
had
That's
my
what's
stuff
important.
wiped?
I guess, but like the one that we use for like filming and the other ones, it looks like a house. This is like, hey, I threw a bunch of
Hey.
stuff in the middle of a room.
I'm busy testing stuff.
That's true, actually. Table's awesome.
Yeah.
You got to show the animation. You got to
Like
show the
you
dice
want your
animation.
gaming table in
Yeah.
the entryway.
I need to
Yeah,
put the-
as soon as you walk in, it's a gaming table.
Go downstairs at least. Put it downstairs.
Okay.
Besides the critical role stuff, there is a whole bunch of new items for housing as well that you'll just find from playing. Once again, there's no like microtransactions, so everything you've seen so far, from the armor sets to the skins to the housing items to sprays, emotes, dyes, mounts, all that is just earned from playing if you're brand new and don't know. The only exception to that is the critical role stuff that's marked as critical role, which is what Cam's placing now. Monica Persona for Senja. I don't know if that would work.
Monica?
That's weird.
Probably be,
I said like with Monica, with Senja, you have like the gauntlet, like she's got the hand, like you
Yeah.
got to make the gauntlet. For that.
Gully.
That'd be cool.
All right, here's my quick. Oh,
Man,
who
look at this
played-
house. This is incredible.
Who placed these?
Yeah, who played this stuff?
Let's give it some space. And then we'll put the final.
They got to
piece
interact
in
with
the-
them too.
I love that you full on made
Yeah.
their table. That is actually made from their table. Like that is the schematics from their table.
Oh yeah.
Let's see what you get. Fix. Fail.
When we were filming the trailer, Joe was like, "Hey, you should really get like a D20 roll," and I was like, "Bro, that is
Okay, well,
like literally a roll of the dice. We're filming. We're just gonna stand here forever."
yeah, I'm naturally cursed
What is
because
going on with you?
when
This
we-
is a six-sided die. What's wrong?
okay, this is some insight too.
This
to
is
when
the
we filmed
opposite of
this.
streamer luck. There's
Yeah,
12.
this is
Okay,
exactly
not
what
bad.
happened when we were filming this too.
Use
It
that
took-
right dice set.
I think you got a 20 once.
There we go.
There you
Okay.
go. Perfect.
Yeah.
Incredible.
See,
I was
that's
gonna
why you
go
just
over that
play.
roll
You know,
for
you
you.
just play DM. You don't have to roll.
That's true.
Yeah, use the figures too.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's
That,
a couple of different outcomes.
yeah.
Show up the. Let's see the.
There's more to this set as well, like banners and
Yep.
all kinds of stuff.
There are. Do you have the characters there or no? Trinket and Percy and
Oh,
plushies?
the plushies. Sorry, I couldn't think of it.
Yes,
I was
I
saying
do,
trinket. Yeah, there you
actually.
go. So these are plushies. These are also trinkets that you can actually apply to your character. Trinkets, not trinket the mount. I know it's confusing.
There is a
but
trinket.
There is a trinket, but there's also trinkets for your character that you can put on there too. So yeah, the whole pack has I think 30 some items. It'll be available in $19.99 on the 21st.
no
at
bears on the
11
table.
And no bears
There's
on
a
the
DM.
table.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, good
He's
idea.
got to DM it.
there you go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Jay Sharp says, "Don't play D&D with Cam." That's true. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. There's Pike and there's Percy.
I don't know. Why'd you?
Scanlan.
I don't like the fact you read that comment out loud. Come on.
You can't put the bear on the table. Sorry.
Yeah, you can show
Yeah.
the. Yeah, we got some banners. You can make your own D&D space.
Will the Fox plush make a comeback? The most important patch note is that we fixed an issue where we couldn't put small items on windowsills and ledges, so that was fixed. That's the most important patch note. You can decorate your house a little bit better.
I saw someone else asked about patch notes. We will be releasing patch notes of all the weapon buffs and everything.
Yeah, and I think I mentioned this in Discord too. A bunch of people were like asking about very specific like areas that they couldn't ledge grab or toe catches. Like there's a lot of there was a lot that went into this patch, and there's a lot of notes that just say, hey, fixed various of X because there were so many, specifically like we couldn't name the ledges or the areas that might have had a problem, but we did go through an entire pass of that, made it a little more smoother. Like you said, there's echo changes, weapon changes, character changes, balance changes. Obviously the big content pieces are lore, the Crucible, and the new endgame activities with the new hunts that we have in there. Can we sit down in our furniture? We cannot. Hopefully in the future, something we'd love to do.
You can use the popcorn emoji.
Yeah, that has a stool.
Yeah.
Why don't you roll the Critical Role trailer real quick, and then we'll go back to our full screen, and we'll just take a couple questions and answers, and we'll wrap it up.
Yeah. Do you want to?
All right, back on the couch.
All right.
Will Wayfinder get a PS5 Pro enhancement? Not this time. In the future, we could possibly do something. So a couple people have asked about like new characters, new weapons, new areas. Obviously, releasing 1.0 is us putting Wayfinder out into the world for everyone to see and to play, start to finish. It's kind of our finished product. That's what we set out to do. We obviously had a tumultuous adventure along the way, but we got here, and we appreciate you guys for all the support. Any of that stuff you mentioned, new characters, new weapons, new locations, sitting down in a chair, like that's stuff that we would love to do if we're able to do so when the game comes out. We're really hopeful that will be super popular and people will play it, and we'll be financially able to do so, but we'd love to revisit the world. We're not trying to move away from it, but it'll really be dependent on what happens come Monday.
Yep. And we got some really cool stuff planned that very excited about.
Steve really wants to talk about one thing.
I do, but gonna wait.
Okay.
More stuff for later.
More stuff for later. Okay. Can't wait for the 1.0 supporter pack. Yep. So again, the supporter pack will be available at 9 o'clock. I'm sorry, at 11 o'clock on all platforms. You guys got this. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. If not FSR 3, FSR 2.2 with sharpness sliders. Also, Darksiders collab would be awesome. Yes, it would be very awesome. Our FSR was updated to 2.1 point something, but it's not 2.2 if I don't remember.
Wayfinder builds. Is that Chris?
Probably, yeah.
Me to talk about
I'm not going to read the thing about casting couch jokes. Why not wait for Steve? Are the dice organized? They're dies? I don't know. How do you organize dies? I guess by color, spectrum?
Yeah.
What if you're colorblind? Oh, I don't know.
By name.
I think they're just in order of acquisition.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they are too.
That's a good thing to add later.
We can add it to the list. There's a large list of stuff that we would love to do and that we've started at, like Steve mentioned, but can you please make our characters run by default, not having to press the shift to run? Something in the future, but 1.0 does not add that. Will we get full patch notes on Monday? Yes. Was the hookshot put into previous maps or only the Crucible? So it's only in the Crucible, but...
Yeah, we actually have some examples of the hookshot in older maps, but for 1.0, we wanted to focus on the newer zones, and we needed to make sure if we put them in older zones, there was like reasons to be using them, and we really wanted to focus on all of the new content, make sure everything was buttoned up and as bug-free as possible. But that is stuff that we can explore later, adding some more exploration to the older zones.
Yep,
as well.
something we'd love to do. We just have to be able to do it. So are the new Gorge hunts locked to a specific hard difficulty?
They are not.
Nope.
But there is some. You know what?
Just say it.
Who's gonna
Load it
who's
up.
gonna yell at me?
Load it up.
Yeah. So one thing
Cam's got something he wants to show.
that we are working on that is very exciting. That
Hold on, we gotta wait. We'll stall. Someone asked about QL3 teasers. The biggest thing coming with, so the other thing we have talked about that is absolutely coming before the end of the year, I don't know if I'd call it QL3, we just don't know where it will fall, is that the game will have official PC mod support. That allows the game to live forever. It'll be in the hands of you, the community. You'll be able to do what you want, make new areas, new characters, new locations, like that'll be handed to the community. $25 gets you in the door and you have access to all that stuff, which will be awesome. Again, only PC, not for consoles. So that will be coming before the end of the year. That's what we're aiming towards. Again, I don't know if that's hotfix 3, but it's something that we will be adding.
yeah. One thing that we are working on, would love to get out. Nothing promised.
No promises.
That's
From
the
this point
caveat.
forward, there are no promises.
But we are working on a
It's election season. No promises from this point forward.
nightmare difficulty, which you can only choose when you start a new game and it can't be changed. And then you'll see next to it hardcore mode, which you'd be able to use on heroic and nightmare. And again, once you turn it on, you can't save. Also, you'll notice multiple save profiles. That's another thing because this wouldn't work without it.
Also for mods, like that way
Yes,
you can
for
play
mods.
with a modded save and non-modded save. So if you join someone's game and they're using mods, you'd have to use a mod-specific save file. So we want to make sure that's specific.
Yeah, and hardcore mode is I'm really excited about because
Exactly what it sounds like.
so when a character dies, they are dead permanently, but you have your other wayfinders. So basically, each wayfinder would be a life, and you'll be caring about all of them. And at minimum, you can only do it on heroic or nightmare.
No co-op.
Well, you can co-op, but it has to be for
Oh, there's no co-op.
for nightmare. You have to be on the same difficulty too, so you can't co-op with someone who's on story mode. So it'll narrow your matchmaking down, but it locks it in.
But you can't co-op hard mode.
Yeah,
Hardcore, yeah. Hardcore you can't.
Yeah,
That's what I was saying. Okay.
Yeah, right now our version 1 wouldn't be, because there's a lot of, for us to get it out in a timely manner too, there's a lot of extra
co-op
things
just
that can go
brings
wrong.
Yeah.
too many
Pac-Man says I want
variables.
permadeath. This is literally permadeath.
So with hardcore mode,
You get it.
if your Nis dies, Nis is gone. She's dead forever.
That save is,
Yeah.
you cannot access NIS anymore.
And so you'll have to play a different Wayfinder. But your game, and basically if you lose all your Wayfinders, then you're done with that save.
The way Steve put it makes perfect sense. Just think of each Wayfinder as a life. You die with Wingrave, you can go to Grendel if you have him. If you die with Grendel and that was the only 2 Wayfinders you had unlocked, you're done with that save. You got to start all over again.
Yep. So, and Nightmare is very hard. Working.
Did you beat the Spider Queen last night?
Spider Queen, not on my first try.
Oh.
So that would have been.
That's
and
the,
then I
that's
died
the
in
litmus test for what's actually hard. Is let's load up the Spider Queen since it's early on.
You basically want to be super careful. Nis is less OP in Nightmare because you can't one-shot everything and trivialize it. You have to.
And she gets one shot herself.
Yeah, so stick around. So, my guess is going to be Silo is the main. Silo and
Why? Because of range.
Range
The
and
clone
DC.
is
The clone.
Yeah.
Wingrave obviously because the heal.
Yeah.
That makes sense. It's just sustain. That's
So
something
it's
you
going to
need.
be but
Wayfinder Nuzlocke run, yeah, exactly.
it's going to be awesome. I'm very excited. But again,
Also, if you do so,
no promises.
Yeah, no promises. But if you complete, you get something cool.
Yes, we have. Some
We don't have to
cool-
name specific things, but we've heard the feedback of people like, hey, there needs to be a reason to play these difficulties. There will be rewards that you have essentially on that account once you've completed it and you've beat it.
Yep, that's the goal.
Yes. HD full story speedrun when? Is server browser working now without having to select Steam region server? I don't believe so. I think it'll still function the same. The actual code for the room that you're in or the lobby that you've made is cross region. So I think someone else just mentioned that essentially it's a cross play thing for across regions as well as platforms. So that works on Xbox when it comes out, PlayStation 5 and PC, that you just enter the lobby code and you can join somebody else. Somebody asked about cross save. There's no cross save. It is a local save, and the cross play is just via entering the code for your buddy's game or somebody else's game. What else we got? We got like 5 minutes to wrap it up. Will difficulty affect XP gold rewards? I kind of answered that. You'll get a reward for completing it. Release on GOG in the cards, maybe in the future. Nothing for 1.0 right now, though.
New weapon types, nothing short term.
Who knows what the future holds?
But yeah, short term would be. Like
if you want new weapon types,
first,
if you want new weapon
Or the
types,
same.
tell your friends, get them to stream the game, buy the game. Darksiders pack would be $100 and I'd buy it. That sounds like a lot of money, just saying.
Yeah,
Will the Nightmare or Hardcore rewards be account wide, usable on multiple saves?
That's
the
be
goal.
the goal.
Mhm.
Again,
Not in
no
now.
promises.
Again, no promises, but that is the goal. We want a reason to actually complete that mode so that you can see it in the other saves and that you'll
And if
have it.
if you did a lot of stuff in hardcore and then you died, or if you wanted to go back to a normal save and show your friends who aren't playing hardcore, you'd have a place to show off some of the cool things you'd get.
Hardcore is also not locked to just Nightmare.
Yeah, it's heroic, which most sane people will do. Hardcore heroic, hardcore nightmare. I don't imagine anyone clearing that for a long time. I'd be excited to see the world first nightmare hardcore.
Yeah, I know there's a couple people in this chat that'll
Oh, I'm sure they
be
will.
crying for that.
Yeah.
Somebody asked about workshop support for mods. Mods will be with an official partner. We'll announce that at a later time, but it's not Steam Workshop, but it's another major platform. If you've played any game in the last 10 years, I'm sure you've used their service. But once we're ready to announce it, we will, but there'll be like full integration with them.
Yep.
But not Steam Workshop.
The new hunts are in the Mythic portal. They'll be level 40, so they're the highest content to do, and you can get like those creature sonas. That's where you get them.
2 minutes. Any more questions while we wait? I just want to say thank you to everybody, obviously, for tuning in.
So one thing on heroic that will be cool that we are planning on is when a Wayfinder does die, you would get an artifact for your house, like a tombstone or an urn.
Really?
Or
I didn't even
something.
know that.
Yes, and so you'll get you can equip the power.
Yeah.
And so because it's okay if you get a little bit extra power if you're losing a Wayfinder. So you can have a memorial for all of your lost Wayfinders and get a little help
So
for whoever.
your home is a cemetery.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. PvP, no plans to add PvP. I've told the story before. We definitely had a fun little game jam last year where We just had a PvP area. We played it internally. It was stupid. It was unbalanced, but it was fun, like it was supposed to be. But no plans to bring that out. Yeah. Will world scaling get the old zones up to 33?
That's a good question. World scaling stops.
We're all looking at each other
right now. So the Crucible is 33 and 34 automatically, but Highlands stops at 30.
Somebody asked about sale before 1.0. I meant to mention this at the top. 1.0 will be available, like we mentioned, at 11 a.m. Central Time. It will be on Steam for 10% off, which is a pretty normal thing for a game leaving early access. And we're also happy to announce that we had announced previously that we will increase the price of the game once it goes to 1.0. We won't be doing that. So we're going to keep the game at $24.99 for the foreseeable future. There'll be some sales in the future, I'm sure, but we don't have plans right now to raise that price. Is 33 the new level cap? No, it's still 30.
Still 30.
It's just the enemy levels being 33 and just being more difficult to fight.
Right. So you'll need to rely on your talents and getting higher level gear and stuff to compete.
Can you remake the Wayfinders that die in hardcore? No. So they're separate. So you start a save, unlock a Wayfinder, play the Wayfinder. If you're in a hardcore mode, it dies. Obviously, if you start a new save, that's not hardcore, you can get that same Wayfinder, but there's no way to resurrect it. No. That's an insane price for the amount of combat. We feel so too, or content. We feel so too. What was that? Oh.
Yeah, Nightmare playthroughs will be new saves entirely,
yeah,
right?
New save only. Part of it getting to the end of Nightmare, we want to have achievements and trophies with it too.
Yeah.
You don't want to just someone who's been in the, at endgame just flip Nightmare on and then they get.
So all the people that have asked about new trophies, we will finally do that if we do Nightmare and Hardcore again. Up in the air, we'll see. We're very confident, but we're just being honest with you guys. We want to deliver an awesome, solid game as it is, and anything beyond that is just icing on the cake.
Yep, I'm as excited as you are about it. So I really want it, but again, we don't know what the future holds.
Okay, I guess we can wrap it up. Do you have anything you want to say?
Thanks to everyone for the support, and it's been really validating to see the recent reviews. It's come a long way, and a lot of that is with all of your feedback. Getting the game to this point has been, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into it. And yeah, we really appreciate everyone for coming by, being excited with us, and hope we make you happy with the 1.0 launch and all the new content you get.
Yeah. Thank you everyone for sticking around and sticking with us. I know that we've obviously, like Steve said, it hasn't been an easy road to get here, but we think that all the issues that were thrown in our way and all the things that we had to overcome just made a better game. And that was incredibly validating for us once we got it into your hands and you guys were able to play it, and the Steam score went from 50-ish to 80-ish, 85-ish, 89-ish. So that's just validation, like Steve mentioned, and we're really, really happy. What?
Very close to 90.
Very close to 90. You have to be 95, though, to go to overwhelming.
Yes, but 90 is still nice.
I'll take 90. Yeah, totally. So that's really it for us. I hope you guys enjoy this quick look at Laura. We will be putting a video up right after the stream that is the MoGraph that you saw earlier, just to give her backstory. And then a little bit later on, or Saturday, there'll actually be the ability overview video so you guys can take a look at it, dissect it, talk about it, theory craft around it, but we'll put that up. And then you'll see the launch trailer on Monday, and we'll be live, and it'll be fun. It'll be great. So, yeah, I think that's it. I think we're good to go here. I appreciate everyone for tuning in. And
I hope you enjoyed the unplanned spoilers, because when you put me on stream, I don't care.
See, Steve doesn't care. Yeah. So thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in and for sticking with us through everything. We really appreciate you, and we'll see you in the game. Bye-bye.
Right. Thanks, everyone.